Hello, guys. Welcome to this info session. Hi, Adnel. Welcome. Where are you from? Marcelo will join us in a few minutes from Miami. Awesome. By the way, I'm Janet, the event coordinator at 4Geeks Academy. Nice to meet you. Anyone else? Where are you from, guys? I usually working on the boot camp. Awesome. Thanks for joining us. Hello, Gabriel. Welcome to this event. Where are you from? From USA, Miami. I am from Venezuela, by the way. Hi, I am Adrian from Cameroon. Awesome. Marcelo will be joining us in a few minutes. He is our CEO and co-founder. Oh, he's here. Hi, Marcelo. How are
Hey,
you?
how are you? Thank you. Let's. Are we ready? Do we have people already connected?
We have five people, but I
So
think we
let's give
can
it.
start the event.
Let's wait 2 minutes more so we can make sure that
Okay,
we have more
fine,
people. Just give us 2 minutes more, please.
cool, cool. We have people from Puerto Rico, um, from USA, Miami specifically, Atlanta, Cameroon.
Okay, let's begin. Um, nice to meet you to everyone that I haven't met before. Alain Estrada, I see you. And I know that you have enrolled the program already. So it's nice to see you again. I'm Marcelo Richillano, co-founder of 4Geeks. Um, I'm currently undertaking the responsibility of sharing with you my thoughts or yeah, my experience maybe on what I've seen from the people that have joined the program, um, from the people that have tried to join the program, and what's the main questions or what's the main concerns surrounding the decision of joining the program. Um, we started 4Geeks back in 2015. Actually, we started in 2015, yes, as an idea, like the concept, the launch of the program. But our first class came on 2016. On 2016, yes. And the first class that we had was together with Miami College. And since then, we have been opening locations in Miami, of course. Now we have also locations in Boca, in Orlando. Then we started opening locations in South America, Central America, and Europe. Um, and that's a fact that, or that's something that we have accomplished as a consequence of the constant request from different people and the market and everyone trying to join the tech industry without the pain of going through college. Um, when you when you think about the possibility of you entering the field of technology as a software engineer, as a product developer, as a front end developer, as a back end developer, as a data scientist, traditionally we have been induced to think about that as an opportunity to go through college. Like the main way to get that or to achieve that certificate or diploma is going through college and then graduating from college and applying for a job. Um, our job as a boot camp, as a coding school, is to minimize the time, the investment, and the way, the methodology that you can achieve that, how you can achieve that in a really immersive experience and with less pain, less money, and less time. Um, so now you can become a software engineer in 6 months, I will say. Our program normally takes the part-time program normally goes through. It's normally around 5 months, um, including if you include the pre-work, then the pre-work and the post-work, like a couple of additional weeks to finalize your project, normally takes around 6 months. And then you normally spend around 2 to 3 months looking for a job. In average, someone that is joining the school, committed, putting the time and working on the projects, normally get a job within the first 100 days after graduation. There's a lot of if in the middle. Like if you put the time, if you are really committed, if you complete the projects that are mandatory during the program, if you complete the final project, if you keep on working, if you keep on building your portfolio, if you build your profile, if you follow up with the stages of our career support process, and if you start applying for jobs, then you're gonna get a job. Yes, actually, we're so sure about it that you can even join 4Geeks with the job guarantee feature. It's a bundle, so not everyone that joins 4Geeks has the job guarantee feature. You have to ask for that. And the way to ask for that, or why do we have that as an additional thing, as an additional service, is because A, we're sure that you can get a job afterwards, and B, because we need your commitment from the beginning towards your career. We need you to be committed towards your career, making sure that you're going to have the time, the focus, the the engagement, and the desire to make it happen, but not in a really wishful way. Like I dream about becoming a software engineer. No, it's about I envision myself as a software engineer. That's the difference. Um, And that's how we stand out from different boot camps as well. So we offer a part-time focused coding education with a job guarantee feature, with plenty of payment options, scholarships and funds and grants, with a lifetime access to our senior and instructors and mentors, and with lifetime and unlimited access to our career support process. So I'm not sure if I know someone else doing or putting everything all together as we're doing it with our programs. And you can do that with a full stack program, and you can also do that with a data science and machine learning program. Recently, we merged and acquired. Thank you, Alberto. Really nice to see you, buddy. We recently merged with Boca Code, a local coding school based in Boca Raton, and that's allowing us to offer the program in person back again. After COVID, we have been struggling to open in-person programs because people, the students, our community, are pretty much asking to have the programs remote. But the people from Boca Raton at least, or from Broward, upper like in the upper part of South Florida, um, are actually trying to do it in person in a full-time manner. So right now we're offering the program remote everywhere in the US, in person in Miami, or hybrid and in person in Boca Raton. Um, when you compare 4Geeks in terms of the tuition fee with the competition that we have, we're extremely affordable compared to them. Not only on the tuition base, which is 10K, but also on the scholarships and grants that you can get out of that. And the average tuition fee for a coding school in the US, it's 15K. So we're 33% more affordable than the other ones. And I'm not using the word cheap because this is not a cheap decision. It's not something that you can get for $20. But then if you apply for a payment plan, you can start making payments for, I don't know, $90, $100 per month. It depends on the payment. It depends on your credit background. It depends on the credit analysis that you go through with our partners. But it's possible. That's what I'm saying. It's absolutely possible to make it happen. Um, Last year, we partnered up with a university called Clark University, based in Massachusetts, and we have been offering scholarships for people underemployed or unemployed, or underemployment. Hey, Jax, good to see you, man. That's really cool to see you, buddy. Um, I'll address that question later on, Elaine. And thank you for everyone for joining and sharing your thoughts and questions. Um, I was talking about Clark. So Clark was offering a a um, a 4,000 tuition fee help to reduce your final tuition fee, and we're trying to make it happen and make it available again this year. So that's for the underemployed or unemployed people. Now, if you belong to the Latino community, the Hispanic community, we also are opening a new grant this year. If you belong to the LGBTQI, sorry, um, community, we are also offering a scholarship for women um, that belong to the community. Um, right now, it's only for women. To be honest, we don't have anything available for the men that belong to the community. Um, if you are unemployed and live in Miami, you can also get access to another grant. So there are plenty of what I'm trying to say is that there are plenty of different ways to make your tuition even lower than what it is. And then with a payment plan, you can really make it happen. Like it's hard to get an opportunity in a program like this with the credentials and the credibility that we have been achieving for the price that we offer. So tuition fee, my main thought here that the tuition fee shouldn't be an excuse. It's actually one of our main campaigns right now. There are no excuses to join a coding school like ours. Um, in terms of start dates, yes, Falcon. Um, Pretty much we're launching a new class every 3 weeks. There is a new class starting on the January the 29th. That program's already sold out. It's already yeah full. There's another one starting February 13, and in person we have one starting in February the 5th in Boca Raton. The data science program also begins on February the 5th. So recapping, and Janeth, maybe you can help me out with putting out the information I'm saying. The data science and machine learning will begin on February the 5th. You still have time to join that one. The in-person in Boca Raton program full-time will also be starting on February the 5th. We still have spots available for that one. The January 29th class online, it's filled, so we don't have spots available for that one. The next one, remote in the US, will begin in February 13, no, in February 21st, sorry, 3 weeks later. And then pretty much for the full stack program online, it's every 3 weeks. So start date shouldn't be a problem either. So there are no excuses. You see, the whole thing about no excuses is that in based on the tuition, you should not find any excuses here. Based on the starting dates, you shouldn't have a problem here. Based on the methodology and commitment, it's part time and it's really self-paced, and it's really on your it's really built upon the thought that we understand that you have a life, a commitment, a work, or something else happening. So we require you to work on a 25, 30, normally a 25, 30 hours workload is what we recommend, including classes. 10 hours of classes mandatory per week. Then the 15 remaining are pretty much on you. And we provide feedback and mentorship, live mentorship, unlimited during the week and including Saturdays. So you can spend those 15 hours with us as well. Although you should spend some hours with you by yourself, working on your assignments projects. Um, the dates that I've shared for the remote program are available anywhere in the US. For the ones in Boca Raton are Eastern time, 9 a.m., but it's in person. So we have a combination of in person and online. Um, we're um, we're thinking also about opening a new location in person in Texas. So stay tuned if you want to do it in person. We're going to be sharing that in the next few weeks. Um, so far, we are graduating people from Texas, but those folks are joining the program remote online. Um, in terms of recruiters, can recruiters be a problem? You ask, Elaine. No, why? I don't see why. We have worked with recruiters. We have worked with human resources companies. We have worked with software development companies, with huge software developer software houses. We have worked with small shops. We have worked with Microsoft and Amazon and Facebook and Uber. Actually, Jacques, I remember that you were working at Uber by the time that you graduated at 4Geeks. I don't know if you. I think that you switched and you are in California right now. I'm not sure if you're still as, belonging to Uber or working at Uber. Um, but you can find many different cases. Like you can it pretty much depends, because the main challenge at the beginning is getting your first job afterwards. Um, Lucid now, Coolman. I believe that you're joining with your LinkedIn, so probably, and I remember that picture. That's cool. We took that picture a few years ago. You can visit Jacques' LinkedIn, and he graduated from 4Geeks back in 2018, 2019, and he's already you can find him as a testimonial of everything we have been doing, and to be honest, we have been improving a lot as well. So the program is even better in a better shape. You can find plenty of resources available, unlimited access. Back then, it was only online. It was only in person. Now it's fully remote as well. So there has been a lot of growth and improvements across the programs that we have. Um, Going back to recruiters, I don't think recruiters are a problem. I think that you should make friends. You should attend events. You should belong to the tech industry, and look at your ecosystem and join as many events and opportunities and open spaces as you can, meetups, gatherings, um, technology based groups. Slack groups, Discord groups. The more that you belong to those groups, the more that you're going to be aware of the opportunities that are available, and also the bigger the network that you're going to find, and the more opportunities that you're going to get. Actually getting a job is a full time job. The first one is really hard. I mean, it's not harder than in any other industry, but it's not easy. Like, yes, where's my job? No, you have to go and search for it. You have to go and get it. Like, there's a bunch of junior software developers out there trying to get the same job. So the, the good thing is that there are plenty of new jobs every week, and it's growing. Finally, we're back on track. It's growing again. So there is a new, Janet, I'm going to be sharing that with you. And if you join our community, we can share that on our Slack. We're going to post it on our social media as well. There's a new report published by LinkedIn yesterday or 2 days ago, talking about the growth and the future of job opportunities in technology as a software developer, as a front end, back end, product, QA. There are plenty of different roles within the industry, so it's going back again. It's going. It's not going back again. It's growing again, and it's good news. It was there was a setback. It was a slowly, but even if it was a slow last year, there were plenty of new opportunities as well. So if you compare the opportunities you can find in the software industry compared to other industries, then you're gonna find more here. Like if you see layoff happening in the tech industry, imagine the layoff you can find any other in transportation, in the law industry, in plenty of different ones. So um, you should be trusting the process, you should be trusting your decision, but you should be engaged and committed, because the people that I've seen getting a job and making a career afterwards are those hard worker, committed, engaged people that go through the process entirely, the program and the career support process, and then getting a job afterwards. um, so we have been talking about the locations, the payments, financially speaking, you can get. I've been mentioning the payment plans. There are different ways to get a payment plan. You can get a loan, you can get a payment plan, a short-term payment plan, a long-term payment plan. You can do an ISA, an income sharing agreement, paying after you get a job. There's again, that shouldn't be an excuse. Let's talk a little bit about the process of getting a job. So normally during the program, we start showing you how the process will go and what is needed for you to start thinking about, and how to combine your previous background with your current skills, and how and during the program it's an invitation for you to think about what's coming afterwards. However, the main job comes after graduation. There are three different stages that we have designed for you to go through with us, that have been built and improved along the years in order to allow you to have a better opportunity afterwards. So, if you complete those stages, 95% of the people completing those stages get a job afterwards. 100% of the people going through the job guarantee have gotten a job. And 80% of people going through the process, not even completing the process, are getting a job afterwards. But if you're really committed, you're going to get a job. If you don't like it, if you hate it, um, if you don't like coding, if you feel like this is not for you, if you don't have the time, if you're having family problems, if you're having work problems, then it's going to be hard, of course. Like there's no way for us to bring your portion of the job into the equation, into the table. We're trying to make it as good, as cool, and as effective as possible. But then it's pretty much up to you to put on the hours and the commitment and engagement. So I know it takes time, and it's hard, and it's a ton of work, but again, it's less than a year. It's extremely cheaper and effective compared to colleges, and it's really cool. You're gonna belong to a community that's building stuff, that are working on the future, and that are working on new products, and where your career can actually grow a lot. The way that a career grows as a software engineer, it's really fast compared to other industries and compared to other professions. Like in 5 years after graduation, you're going to be considered a senior developer. if you're really engaged and if you're like working every single time and belonging to different companies and different projects. So a senior developer in the US is making almost 200K. And that's really cool in 5 years. 5 years what it takes to go through a computer science degree in a college. So when you think about it as it takes time, it's hard. It does, but it's way effective and faster than in any other moment. Let me see here. So the issue can be actually getting a job with little experience or only having a bootcamp. Yeah, it is. I mean, if you have a little bit of experience or if you have any background in the industry, you're gonna have bigger chances to get a job. So the majority of the people that go through 4Geeks, they don't have experience before that. So how do we mitigate that? By building projects. The cool thing about software development is that you show your experience based on your portfolio, your projects, and your GitHub account. If you go to GitHub.com, if you haven't never done any software development before, you can search GitHub dashboard, uh, personal dashboard. So there is a bunch of dots displayed within a dashboard. That the greater that it gets shows how much projects, how much work you have completed so far in the last few months. The greater that it gets, the more active that you have been doing, the more projects that you have been delivering, and the more involved that you have been in the industry and collaborating to different opportunities. So you can show your experience, your commitment, your hard work by doing projects, by building your portfolio. So even if you have no experience from before joining the program, we are going to build that experience together. And if you're really showing the work, they're going to give you a job. They're going to give you an opportunity for sure. I haven't seen one case of someone really engaged, really committed, not getting a job afterwards. Not even one. It's impossible. There's zero unemployment for software developers with the skills and talent already needed. With the syllabus that we have, with the program that we have, with the mentorship that we have, with the projects that we have, with the opportunities and support that we have, it's important. Like, no way. It is going to happen. It will take time, it will take work, yes, but you will get the job afterwards. Can people living out of the US and Spain be accepted for the full stack remote program? Yes, we have an international online program, but we don't have financial support. That's the main struggle. So if you're in Canada, unless you're in Mexico, we have some locations besides Spain and the US. Let me start with that. So we have locations in Colombia, we have locations in Chile, we have locations in Mexico. In those countries, we do offer financial opportunities in terms of grants or payment plans. If you are in any other country, then it's harder for us to offer a financial opportunity because we don't have any partnership. We don't have anyone taking the risk with us or at least going through your credential background and at least following up with your contract. So it's really hard for us. But you can join. It's harder because you have to come up with the money beforehand. But you can get access to the program, of course. Would a person have to move out of South Florida to be able to make it that kind of salary? Like move to South Florida or out of South Florida? Out of South Florida, no, of course not. In Miami, man, Miami it's huge right now. I don't know if you've heard, but plenty of different companies are moving in here. The whole Florida state is growing a lot. Miami, in particular, we are finding more and more jobs across the state in the city. The payments are really starting to or trying to get as good as in any other city. They're not paying the same than in San Francisco, New York, but the cost of living it's also growing. So I do understand that concern. I'm also working on different groups and different organizations trying to make awareness that the cost of living in Miami is crazy and it's growing a lot, and salaries are not as good, are as higher as the cost of living. But you can make a software developer graduating from 4Geeks getting a job in Miami is making around 60K per year right now as a junior one. In 1 year, you should be making around 80. In 2 years, you should be making around 100. And in 3 or 4 years, you should be making around 150. So the way that I grow is really accelerated. And it's cool. And then you can also, I mean, if you move out, if you're moving to, I don't know, Fort Myers or Georgia or North Carolina, and the cost of living is cheaper, and you can get a job remote, and you like it, and your family allowed or by yourself, then do it. We have some people living in Tallahassee working for companies in Miami, and the other way around, people living in Miami with jobs in California and New York. And we have a lot of people in Miami getting jobs in Miami as well. So it depends on you, but you don't have to move out of the city in order to get a job with that kind of salary. You mentioned software developers frequently, but curious is the same applies for data science students. Yes. So even yes, but even better. So if you're a data scientist, if you graduate from our data science and machine learning program, the chances of you getting a job are even higher because that community is growing a lot in terms of job opportunities, and the talent is not ready, it's not there. So if you're really engaged into that, you're gonna get a job even faster. The thing about that program is that it does require a little bit of experience. You don't have to have a software background. You don't need to be a software developer already, but you have to have some background in something related to data science or to coding or to math or to engineering somehow, or you have to go through an intensive pre-work with us. That's a cool sign, but it's just the software reading my science. I'm sorry for that. So you can get a job. It will be, if you have no experience, it will be really hard for you to follow up the process. So I recommend you taking the full stack before, or at least a web development program or a data science intro to data science program with us or with a partner of us, and then jump into that program. And yes, you're gonna find a job that's really cool. To be honest, yes. I'm not sure which program is better for me, data science or full stack. Can you explain what are the main difference? Well, two different industries. Data science and machine learning. You're gonna build projects completely different than a full stack. A full stack software developer builds websites, web applications, software programs. A data scientist and machine learning engineer or developer works with data, analyzing, processing data, and then transforming that data and building applications to work upon that data. So it depends on your background. What's your strength? What you like the most? What's your experience? What's your background? And yeah, what's your thought about the whole industry? So it's not the same being an engineer, a civic engineer, or a mechanical engineer than a material engineer. It is engineering, but it's not the same afterwards. Um, can people? Yeah, can people? Yes, I addressed all of that already. Um, that's cool. I think that I've been addressing all the questions so far. Um, if you want to reach out to us, you have to go through an admissions process with us. It's really cool and really easy. Normally, it takes a couple of hours in terms of, or a couple of days actually, to go through the process and making sure that we're a good fit both ways, that you have the time and availability, and that we have the opportunity, the spots available, and the program for you. You can reach out to us at info@4geeksacademy.com. That's my email, mtriciano@4geeksacademy.com. Or you can apply through the website, 4geeksacademy.com. And we're going to get back to you and reach out and try to make it happen in terms of the whole thing, in terms of the admissions process, the financial process, the placement process, everything. So you should be at ease with that. Like, we're going to take care of you. Um, I don't know if you have any other questions. I'll be happy to address or answer those. I think that I've been covering the whole thing in a really, actually, speedy way. So let's wait a couple of minutes to see if someone has a question, additional question. Hi, Amir. Yes, I follow you, man. No, I actually talk about it. It's already starting to change. So the amount of opportunities are increasing. The amount of new jobs are increasing. The amount of new jobs for junior developers are increasing. It's getting bigger. Um, to be honest, the news are news. Like, they're trying to hit some clicks and create some noise. I'm talking about data. The data is showing an increase in the amount of job openings, an increase in the amount of opportunities in the market across the US. The data is showing that more and more people are needed in the tech industry. The data is showing that tech talent driven and skills are needed in the market. and the data that we have from the partners and the reports and research that we normally do, that it's really updated, to be honest, is showing that it's a really good moment to make it possible. You being 45, I can anticipate that you have been working already doing something else, and we're gonna try to make it to build a plan with you and for you to see what you have done, how we can combine this, how many projects, how many hours do you have available, what's the path that we can build together, and we're gonna the good one of our strength is that we really treat every one of you in a different way. Like not everyone is the same. So as an electronic engineer with 25 years or 45 years with any X background, it changes a lot. So uh, each one of us is different. So we're going to treat you in a different way and trying to find the best path for each one of you. 9 to 5. I'm interested in data science. That's really cool, man. Yeah. Yes, it's absolutely possible. It's actually really convenient because everyone has a job. Like the programs like ours are meant to be targeting people with a job. Like we're not targeting high school students or people going between yeah, choosing between college and bootcamp, 18, 19, 20 years old. Normally people joining 4Geeks are normally around 30, between 30, 35 years old. So we do have a job. We have to pay the bills. We have a family, so we have to combine that, and that's why the program is part time. So the part time program for the data science is starting at 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern time, and it's 3 times a week. During the days that you don't have classes, you have the availability to join a group session where we bring some mentorship and support, and we invite the people from the community to join and to work together on your projects and collaborate and answer questions and provide feedback and work in everything that you have been doing, or every trying to address every question that you have, and going through the material that you are reviewing and the concerns that you have had because there was a previous class that you didn't understand, or you have a couple of projects pending to be delivered. So those sessions happen when you don't have classes on Tuesdays and Thursday night, and those are not mandatory. The classes are mandatory. The group sessions are not, but I strongly recommend everyone to attend those. Those are really cool. And then during the weekend on Saturdays, starting at 8 a.m. until late night, you can have mentorship sessions one-on-one with us, with someone from the team, 30, 45, or 60 minutes long, just working on your assignments, your projects, your concerns, your questions, your issues. And you can have as many as you want. It doesn't have a limit. So the more that you get, the more that you put, the more that you get from us, the more that you ask, the more that we give you, and the harder you work, the harder we work with you. So it is absolutely possible. And to be honest, the majority of our students and community are going through the same kind of schedule, 9 to 5. And that's why the program starts at 6. And that's why the majority of the people are joining remote, because it's easier to not commute, to be honest. Like commuting, the main challenge of doing in person is that the commuting takes a lot. And even though the experience in person is not the same as the online, I do like in person and learning in person. The time that you waste commuting, it's really hard. So I do understand why people are doing online. Yeah. Yes. Saturday mentorships during the morning. Yes. Up until 2, 3 p.m. we have availability. Yes. It is about mentorship. Like it is about you learning with us and being with us, and us being with you along the way for you to get the skills and the understanding and the process. It's not about you knowing what's going on. It's not about knowledge. It's about skills. So sometimes you're doing something that you don't know how it's working, but it doesn't really matter right now. You're not here to know. You're here to learn how to build. You're here to get the skills, and then you're gonna start connecting the dots afterwards. What's your opinion on using a ChatGPT? That's absolutely yes. Actually, the new release of our upcoming updated syllabus will bring ChatGPT as a tool since day one. So yes, use ChatGPT. Not just ChatGPT, but yes, use. It will be. It'll make your life easier. Absolutely, yeah. There's one component of the program that is how to search. Searching, it's not as easy as getting tickets for movies, because you really need to make the proper question, and we're gonna teach you how to make the question, how to ask the questions. We have a Slack channel and a public support channel where we teach you how to ask questions, so we understand what's your complaint, not your complaint, your pain actually, or your question or your concern, and then we're gonna answer that. But we need to understand what's your question in order to provide an accurate answer. Yes. Anything else? I hope that I answered your questions, Claudio and Adnel and Omar and Amir. Um, well, anyway, if you wanna get back to me, and if you have any other questions, I'll be happy to reach out. So text me or send me an email, and I'll be happy to provide any feedback. Thank you for joining. And yes, Omar, there is a process to connect students to partners. That's part of the process that we mentioned at the beginning, not at the beginning, but at some point of during the conversation. One of the stages throughout the career support process that we call Geek Force is connecting you with partners. Yes, and that happens after the graduation. Yeah. So first you get the skills, and then we get to the job hunting phase. All right, guys. Thank you very much. See you soon, and hopefully I'll see you during classes. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Have a great night.